Yet another beautiful book I just finished. Near death experiences. All those people who have been terminally ill and they are about to death. So someone recorded their experiences and all of them said, there is no final terror. There is no terror in dying. Against the very popular and regular belief that death is very painful. It confirms to those lines of मुकद्दर का सिकंदर. जिंदगी तो बेवफा है, एक दिन ठुकराएगी. मौत महबूबा है, एक दिन साथ लेकर जाएगी. You know the memoirs of the hangman who hang the great Bhagat Singh. When Bhagat Singh ascended to the news, the hangman tells him, you see, that I had here to adjust the news. Come down. Very smilingly Bhagat Singh replied, the executioner, see me safe off, brother. He said, for coming down, I can shift for myself, and smiled. Few people face death with such gallantry. The very term we use for death expresses a universal fear, my friend. Grim, reaper and dark angel. Any scripture, any discourse we hear from any religious man, you will be having a spine chill of death experience or how one dies. My friend, this book I just finished, Near Death Experience. It is so beautiful book, and the gist of is that yet all evidences indicates that death has no terrors. It is generally welcomed by the aged and infirms, all at that stage. It offers merciful release to the sick, my friends, lifting burdens they can no longer carry. In sum, the overwhelming majority of people are willing to meet death when it comes, although they have feared it all their lives. Thousands have died by drowning, electric shock, asphyxiation, what we talk about corona, only to be reviewed by prompt medical attention. They have indeed returned from the dead to report invariably that there was no anguish, no pain, no terror, merely an all-enveloping peace. It confirms of the people who have been observing and recording the dying man's feelings. They have studied about 500 such dying people and their deaths, and they say that only 11 showed mental apprehensions, only 2 signs of terror. The idea that dying is accompanied by severe suffering may arise from misinterpretation, I would say, of the physical signs accompanying it. The act is confused with the symptoms of the disease which precedes death. There seems to be a pause in nature. The disease is conquered. The battle is over. The body, fatigued by its effort to sustain itself, is ready to die, ready to depart. And nothing but all is tranquility, my friends. This book says, the experience says, recorded observation, that dying is not so terrible as we have been led to believe. It is often the witnesses who suffer the greater mental pain. Their suffering is usually a matter of untutored sympathy. Or imagine what the victim must be feeling and imagining what they themselves may be called upon to endure. In their leave taking from their friends, the dying may or may not feel a fleeting wistfulness, but they will know no terror, they'll feel no pain. Against the contrary belief and the contrary thought propagated by every religion, death is almost always preceded by perfect willingness to die. The author of the near-death experiences says that he has never seen it otherwise. It is always easy at the last. However great the previous suffering, there is always no interval of perfect peace and of an ecstasy before death. All competent observers agree that except in imagination, there is no such thing as a death's agony. The contraction of the dying body, it is true, are sometimes distressing sights. There seems to be evidence of suffering, but this is only seemingly. They are merely the contractions of the reflex muscles. Similarly, the facial grimace that often come with death are involuntary and not indicators of pain at all. Remember, faces are often controlled in sleep, although the sleeper is in no pain. The final flutter is of a failing heart pumps an ever diminishing supply of blood. The flame of life burns more and more dimly. Whatever the pain may have attained, it will attain a final illness. The final illness disappears as sensory perception fails. This is merciful relief even from such horribly painful disease as we had the meningitis or maybe tetanus or any. After a mental emotion of peace, the oxygen starvation that goes with failing circulation takes its toll on the brain. The person may hear the ringings of the non-existing bells, or even see the flashings of the non-existing lights. He or she may feel slight restlessness, and gradually they drifts into the darkness without pain, without sensation. The final blacking out which precedes death is no different from falling asleep, the author says. When a dying person retains his faculties to the very end, the true character is likely to shine out at that point of time. That means those who in life have been always petulant, always crying, complaining, use their last breath to express bitterness about their fate they are meeting. Whereas those who had a good life and were happy and kindly, they express good and kindly thoughts, my friend. And they have the simple suggestion to all of us, all living, to look death in the face. It's not so terrifying as we are made to believe. As sleep is the release from the days of turmoil, death is a relaxing after the stress of life. It is usually kindly and welcome, so don't be scared of death. Be bold, enjoy life. Death adds to it's a culmination of your wonderful life, the most pleasant feeling. Thank you very much.